Good evening, folks. Welcome to Talking Cards, episode 4. I am Josh Sneed, joined by Jonathan Rotunda, aka Roto Breaks, and Jim Flanagan, aka Jimmy Flan Cards, aka Jimmy Flan Cards, and I don't care.
I think you are Josh Sneed, aka the One of One King.
Right?
You are.
I'm on a bit of a heater.
Hitting all of a sudden. Unbelievable.
I have no idea what that card is worth. We can talk about it later. I probably should have grabbed it to show.
Yep.
But what's up, boys? How are you?
I'm well. How are you, Joshua?
I'm well. Jim, congratulations on the debut of your new stand-up appearance on the Nate Land channel. Very exciting.
Thanks,
stuff.
buddy. It was a lot of fun.
Big news from Nate Land today, comedy related. Nate Bargatze revealed he is hosting Saturday Night Live October 28th with the Foo Fighters. And that is awesome as a friend, as a fellow comedian. That is incredible to see one of our own, right?
I'd like to think I had a little something to do with that.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't put it past you.
I didn't realize he was that level of famous.
Oh yeah, he's selling a lot of tickets right now.
It's pretty crazy. He just like broke the Predator Stadium record in Nashville. I mean, he's out there. He's doing like 4 at the Chicago Theater here that sold out in a couple hours. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Nate Bargatze.
He had a funny joke that when he broke the record of the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, which is his hometown, he stole a seat on his way out so that no one could break his record.
That's great.
Good thinking.
What a silly guy.
It's good thinking.
So let's talk cards. I'll start with the story that came out today that a third superfractor has been found in Topps Chrome. Is it Topps Chrome or Bowman Chrome?
It's Bowman
Chrome. Guys, what is going on? Do you think it's going to stop at 3?
I hope not. I hope every pack has the same superfractor from here. I hope it's 1 per pack, it turns out.
Superfractors are the new purples out of 250. Just
no one cares.
Just
you'll never find all 250. For all we know, there's 1,000 purples out there to 249.
There's so many boxes. We'll never. They're like
No one's ever gonna know.
Like, what does this do to like, I feel like Fanatics is like a car company or a bank. They're almost like too big to fail. Like, they control everything now, and they're about to control even more. That it seems like even something like this, it's kind of like, well, where else are you going to go to get cards? Like, you got to deal with the issue. Like, this, it's unfortunate, but what can be done that is going to satisfy anyone on this stuff?
What motivation do they have to fix it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's really no ramifications for like the biggest possible error I think you could make.
Is it? I don't know if it's the biggest. I don't know if this error is worse than when they just didn't put the players in
the silver pack.
But
gate.
Yeah, the silver pack. It just, yeah. I mean, I just keep going back to like what motivation do they have to do their job well? There's literally none until people stop buying it.
I think I want to know how bad they screwed up Stadium Club that they pushed it back for quality reasons. If these are the things that are going through, what must they have done in Stadium Club where they're not putting it out for 3 months?
Or do you think that got pushed back because they knew this was about to happen?
It's a tough question. I don't know. Like, let's try it. Let's play a game. Like, what could the error have been that is bad enough for them to delay it? If not putting the rookies in was not a big enough error, and putting 3 superfractors of the same player in was not a big enough error, do you think they printed the wrong sport? Do you think it's maybe not baseball players at all, and someone took a look at a pack and said, "Hey, wait a minute.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. does not play baseball.
These are cricket players."
Cricket Chrome is coming.
I'm sure it is.
So do we think that there are 95 other triple superfractors out there? I mean, what are the odds it could only happen to this one player? It's probably low, right?
Yeah, I'd have to imagine there's 3 of all of them. I mean, I'm sure they'll start coming out, and then, like, I don't know. So they're just 2 superfractors of Juan Benjamin away from superfractors being Reds.
Yeah.
So
one of
maybe
one
that
of 5.
one of one.
That's what the eBay listing will say.
They're just going to stamp of the few, the proud. They're just going to put the Marine Corps emblem on there now. There's not a lot of them. We don't know any, but there ain't many. Okay, guys. So the superfractors are now there ain't a whole lot.
You can't unring the bell situation. So what do they do now that there's 3? Do they buy back 2 of them? I mean, how do you fix this? How could they possibly fix this? What do you think, Jimmy?
Taco Bell gift certificates. I think that is. I think it's what they've been using thus far.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think we should
I like
consider
that taco fractor. I think that's such a fun thing. It's so silly,
it's hard because the values got so out of hand before we knew what it was. That's the hard part, right? Is kind of like, and it turns out it's only, the first player who steals bases and everything in the World Series. But I mean, I do think there is something fun and silly about the taco fractor, yes. But no, in this case, I don't know. I mean, I think they have to buy back 2 of them. What they're trying to do is keep the integrity of these, right? I think that was the goal of the buybacks, is to make us forget about it and keep it a 1 of 1. And so I think if there's more, I think they have to buy them all back.
I just don't
know. You've done something right if Roto is speechless.
Your point, Roto, is well taken though. Like, what's making them, like, what's going to make them be accountable? And that's a really good question.
At this point, I mean, they own everything. So, I mean, short of people making a real push towards Leaf, saying this is our stuff now, I just kind of take it for what it is. I mean, I think this period is just going to be looked upon with great shame in the hobby days of tomorrow. I just think we'll look back at it as kind of like the steroid era. It's just like
there's an asterisk.
Just like an asterisk in the Beckett magazine.
Could you, I mean, I know that this is a massive screw up, but can it be chalked up to growing pains of Fanatics running this company? Or is this more of a sign of why Topps was having issues before Fanatics purchased them?
I mean, this is their second go round with Bowman Chrome under Fanatics leadership. So, I mean, last year they didn't screw it up. So, short of releasing it within like 2 weeks of draft, which was a strange decision. But I mean, the product itself was actually stellar last year. I thought it was really good. Um, there weren't any real problems that I can recall. So I don't know. It's hard to. I would have. It's hard to blame it on like the previous tops regime because this has never happened before. So it's got to be growing pains, I guess. I mean, my question is like, what are they doing to get better at this? It's kind of like almost like sleight of hand at this now. Now, taco gift certificates, they're doing everything but making good products. So just kind of like,
Do you
no, no,
think they're
no.
trying to do too much with this kind of, the buyback program? I mean, I don't know. I've kind of enjoyed some of this stuff just because it is so
Well,
random and kind of gravy on top of people who would buy the cards even if these things weren't going on.
well, the two buyback programs were both implemented to like, you know, uh, distract or correct, these catastrophic errors. I mean, the first MVP buyback program was designed to get people to have some reason to buy Topps Chrome again uh, after they, released a defective product, and now the second buyback program is again to correct a defective product. Um, I don't. I do. I mean, I don't think that they're doing those things proactively. So, I mean, saying that they're doing too much is probably not the way I would put it
Because they're
because they
more
weren't trying.
reactionary. Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't trying to do those things. It wasn't like they had this great idea. Let's implement this MVP buyback program and into this product that's really good, which it should have been. Make this really great product greater. They weren't doing that, so I don't think they're trying to do too much. And I mean, and it just it gives me concern, like for any product moving forward. Like they're doing the debut patch of in the Topps Chrome update, which is pretty cool. I like the idea of putting that into kind of a lower end product, but you know, how can you have confidence it's even going to be the right patch? Like, I,
I will tell you this. This is just kind of a fun aside that since you brought that up. Um, One of my best friends does signing authentication for Topps, has for a number of years, and he is doing the Matt McLean signing here, and he is in possession of the card with the debut patch inside of it that Matt will be signing. And I've seen the card.
Wow.
It's like amazing.
he has all three of them.
Well, yeah. It took me a second. That was good. It took me a
Classic
second.
Topps 101 joke. Well done.
What does he keep them in?
It's exciting. I've gotten to do one. I don't know if I've ever told either of you this story,
Yeah, I
but
haven't.
I haven't heard it.
I got to authenticate a signing of Walker Bueller at his residence in Lexington.
Hmm.
And it was one of the most uncomfortable experiences of my entire life.
Why?
Well, my buddy who's done a bunch of these has said, it's like players are really cool and laid back, and you just sit there and chill and talk to them while they sign. And I drove down to Walker's house, and he wasn't really up for chatting, and he had a lot of cards to sign. So I sat on his couch behind a coffee table while he sat on the ground next to the coffee table, and I would slide a card next to him and he would sign it, and I would slide it out of the way while I put a new one in, and then just kind of keep the rotation going while he had his back to me watching Californication on the TV, which is maybe the most uncomfortable show to watch with a stranger and not say a word. So it was literally just me sitting there watching him watch Californication.
How many cars did he have to sign?
A lot. So many that we got through one of probably 5 boxes, and he was like, I think I'm good for today. And I had driven an hour. He was supposed to do all of them. So I had to leave with the rest and then come back at a later time for an equally awkward interaction. So, yeah.
You guys watch Sex in the City the next time?
Yeah. I was trying to think of something equally uncomfortable, but that one works. Unless it was like Blue's Clues or something.
Were you paid for this, or?
Yeah, but not that much.
How much?
You are compensated for your time and gas money.
What'd they give you?
I don't know if I'm at liberty to say.
Did you sign an NDA?
I didn't have to sign an NDA, but I did have to fill out the paperwork saying that I witnessed him sign the cards.
So you could.
Did you sneak an extra one in there?
No, I wish. I did have him sign a wiffle ball because my buddy that normally does these, that's his thing. Is he has an autographed wiffle ball collection. And I had him sign a baseball that was sent to Nate Bargatze. Because he's a massive Vanderbilt fan.
What a tie-in.
I didn't even think about that until right now. But yes, that was the other autograph that came out of there. Besides,
interesting.
Man, that's awesome, though.
Yeah.
In turn, is he inviting you to Saturday Night Live?
I think I might get to be the musical guest. I'm waiting to hear if the Foo Fighters are going to have me sit in.
I hope you do.
Did they have like different pens for different things? You know how you'll have like red ink autos and stuff like that. Did you have to kind of walk them through that as well?
Not for these. This was a few years ago. I don't remember anything being other than just sort of the standard blue. And he's got a really nice signature. Like he really takes his time, and it's good looking signature. So that was cool.
No wonder he was done after one box.
Yeah. Yeah. And no wonder everybody else just goes like just a little burp.
Burp. Man, was it a lot of different products, or was it just one?
No, it was I think I remember it being a bunch of different products. This was pre-COVID, so I hadn't gotten back down the card rabbit hole. I would pay a lot more attention to what was being signed now than I did then.
Especially now that we have this media empire where could use this information to educate the masses.
I'm surprised Topps isn't checking on your NDA right now.
They might be. That's why. That's why, just to be safe, I'm not going to say what I was paid to do it. But it was not.
Was there a comma?
No, just a decimal point.
Wow.
So, did you guys open any update?
I did.
And
I opened 2 hobby boxes and 2 jumbo update boxes. I did pull the 1 of 1 Don Mattingly MVP relic that I showed you guys in the chat. That was a very cool relic to pull, obviously. And I pulled a Jeremy Pena 1988 Topps autograph card.
Nice.
And the ones that we pulled, those are all on card. Those are not stickers. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, the 88, 87 ones normally are.
I'm trying to think if there was anything else like really noticeable. Not that I can think off the top of my head. I know you've opened a bunch, Rhoda. What about you, Jimmy?
I have opened
Buddy
none.
and I split 1 box. You've opened none?
None.
I thought you broke a couple.
Think again. Did you pull any David S. Pumpkin fractors?
No, I saw somebody pulled one though. Might have been an Adley or something.
I
Gunner.
like those.
They look cool.
Yeah, they're fun.
What does that come? Free candy corn?
We're gonna find out.
Is there something
Time,
attached to those? No.
Not that we know of. No, it'd
just
be cool if there was
massive
though.
value, high collectability.
Like 10 minutes after we got off the podcast last week and Roto, we were talking about update. A buddy of mine was like, "I got a hobby box coming tomorrow. You want to come rip it?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I do." Even though I just sworn the product off moments before. Then we got hot garbage. I mean, we got like a Greg Diekman auto. I think was the auto in our jumbo. Our commemorative relics were just the base. We didn't get the one of ones, so I'm very jealous of your extra stamping.
Yeah, I don't get it. I told you guys this. I don't get it. It's not even a different color than the other ones,
It's not black.
I guess it is black, but I thought the one my son pulled was black. He had I don't remember which one he had. I really should have been more prepared for these questions, and I apologize.
I've had that happen with Topps though, where you get a parallel that is the same color as the card, and you have very little reason to tell it's a parallel.
That was a big issue with the in like Series 1, Series 2 this year. The silver pack golds weren't gold, or all of the cards were gold, but either way, they were the same, and you had to flip every one over, and then some were numbered to 50 and some weren't, and then there was no rhyme or reason that I could tell. I don't have the best vision, but got my colors down pretty good. Couldn't tell any difference there. So it happens.
Huh.
Yeah.
But still, it's a 1-of-1 commemorative relic, right? I mean, I think that's something. I think it's an unexpected pull. You're not looking to get anything of value out of that. That's great.
Famed Marlins manager.
I want you guys to talk amongst yourselves real quick. I'm gonna grab my little stack of hits, and then because there was another parallel I hadn't seen before that I really liked. I wanted to share it with you guys. So you guys just
All
talk
right.
for a second.
Can you still hear us while you're gone?
No.
Okay, even better. All right, let's talk about him. I actually bought. He's done for. I can't believe he just left us on camera. I bought a big lot from a friend of mine, and man, there's nothing more fun to me than like buying a bunch of random autos and relics and stuff, and kind of going through them and seeing what you got. This was a pretty good one. There's some pretty cool things. So it's kind of hard to do on this camera sometimes, but this is a 21 Bowman Chrome Adley Rushman auto out of 100.
Oh yeah.
From the Bowman Ascensions parallel.
I like that.
This is a Bowman Sterling O'Neill Cruz rookie out of 99, rookie auto.
Ooh, I love O'Neill Cruz. Big fan.
Big fan. This is a Lou Bob Panini the National auto out of 10.
I like that.
2021. I'm a big fan of that card. This one I love. I think we're going to do some grading on some of these. A Garrett Mitchell Sapphire auto out of 10. So
solid. So this was a good lot.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It was kind of cool picking up. And I knew that going in that there was going to be some decent stuff in here. But it was kind of cool not just, digging around 93 hoops, you know what I mean, trying to find a decent card somewhere. Like, it was nice buying a good lot and a lot of random things. Some Joe Burrow Prism Black Silver, just some different random stuff. A little Joe Burrow Panini the National out of 50.
I think they actually call those kabooms. I think they're also called kabooms.
I think it is the Kaboom parallel. Good call. You can see that the hollow in the back. Great call.
Yep.
There's your boy, Joey B.
Joey B. Love him.
Last one, Tyrese Maxey Revolution auto. Fun little get.
It's a nice lot. Good for you.
Yeah, it was a fun one. So we'll be turning that around. I need to do some grading. We need to talk grading at some point.
We'll give it a rip.
Yeah. I need to be taught grading too.
Maybe we'll have a lesson. Maybe next week. That could be the focus of the show.
That'd be great.
I love that. I love that.
Tune in next week for grading.
The rest of this one's gonna suck.
I got a silver pack gunner, which is I
Nice.
like those a lot. I've always liked those.
Yeah.
Here is the 1 of 1
Beauty.
little guy named Don Mattingly. Might have heard of him.
Loved when he was managing the Dodgers. It's when I first got to know Don Mattingly.
This is my favorite insert lately. The
Man.
all aces cards. I love these a lot.
They're a fun set.
I also like that sometimes you'll find the parallels stuck in a dollar box. People not realizing that the black or blue backs, you know what I mean? Speaking
Yeah.
of tops with some of those things, like you'll find some of those sometimes for real cheap.
I don't realize that.
Corbin Carroll, pro debut. What is that? Just a standard refractor? Is that what that's called?
I believe so.
This is one that I found hilarious. There's Gabriel Moreno card. His pro debut, he's in a Blue Jays uniform, and in the exact same set, his rookie card is in a Diamondbacks uniform.
I like when they do that.
I had the same thing with some of his Series 2s. He was in the Blue Jays uniform.
I like this insert this year, the Action Stars.
Oh, yeah.
I thought those were cool. And then they're doing these time-spanning talents. So here's a Buster Posey Adley insert.
How would you feel if you were Joey Bart?
Yeah, right?
Man.
Just,
Poor guy.
yeah, we're going to put an Oriole on this card.
This is my other
They're
item.
orange,
Brandon Fat.
He's had a nice playoffs. He's gotten them a couple of key W's.
Another Snake, Vargas.
Yep.
Um,
Those Diamondback fans aren't having a great NLCS.
it has not been a good 2 days for them, has it?
I feel bad for them.
Wait a minute, them? You're
Yeah.
you're putting them. You're distancing yourself from them.
Why wouldn't I?
You're a
Tell him,
diehard
tell him
Diamondbacks fan. Is that
tell him what
correct?
you told me.
I don't call telling you anything.
Oh my gosh.
Who do you root for, Roto?
As a lifelong Angels fan, I just never.
This is insane.
I said if you
What is your hat budget?
if you would have shown up in a Phillies hat, it would have been the funniest thing.
Nope.
He's Lee Corso at this point.
I'm a
This
huge,
was the parallel I had not seen. It's like a light blue, but it looks great with the Nats. It's to 50.
That's the Father's Day parallel.
Is that what that one is? All right. Yeah, here's the Gabriel Moreno debut for the Blue Jays.
Well, it makes sense, as his debut was with the Blue Jays.
Yeah. Gunner, Action Stars. Yeah, that's pretty much all of them. There's the blue back, all aces.
Who is it?
Tanner Bybee.
Mm,
Is that how you say that? Bybee?
probably not.
Did you guys jump into any Gilded?
Bybee.
Not yet. It officially comes out tomorrow, right?
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Gleyber Torres
It's-
relic with a stripe on it.
Nice.
I did get a black Vlad Jr. All-Star game. It just looks sick. I know it's not worth anything.
I want to hear about Gilded, Roto, but before we jump too far in there, I want to mention this has been a great time as a guy who picked up a bunch of Nick Castellanos autos a few years back and has been waiting for a good time to move those. Man, finally.
I got fun Nick Castellanos news, too.
He once hit a home run, a very memorable home run.
He sure did.
I thought that would have increased his values to some extent.
When Nick played for the Reds, he wore a T-shirt on the red carpet at the All-Star game in Colorado that featured a drawing of him that his son Liam did on a T-shirt and gave it to him for a birthday present. He wore that at the All-Star game, and everyone was asking where you could get one, but it was a one of one. So he then put us in touch with Liam, his son, who agreed to let us replicate the design and sell it as an officially licensed MLB Players Association product in exchange for raising money for a charity of Liam's choosing, which he chose a local charity that helps families who are whose children have cancer and they're dealing with everything. It helps make their lives a little simpler where they can. And so we raised $20,000 for this charity when we sold that shirt. It was in the ballpark team shop. Just a really awesome story. Nick matched it, and we've been friends ever since. So ESPN shared that story a couple days ago on TikTok, and it kind of went viral again. And all the comments were saying, do one for Philly, do one for Philly. So I reached out to Nick's wife and I said, we could change this uniform to Philly's uniform, and Liam could pick a new charity in Philly if he wanted. And she said he wants to do a new design. So the last couple of days he's been working on a new design, and he's picked a charity in Philly that also helps families with children who have cancer. And so we're waiting on the go-ahead. It'll probably be tomorrow, but I think it's going to be pretty massive, this new Liam Castellanos shirt that will be available on intheclutch.com when it goes live. But it's pretty exciting.
That's awesome, man.
How old is this kid?
He's probably 11 now. And I'd say he was 8 maybe when he did the design before.
And he had a list of preferred charities?
No, he researched. He did all the homework. He's a special kid. I'm not just saying that. He's a special kid. And he with his grandma and his mom picked this charity in Cincinnati that he thought was worthy, and then he's now picked a new one in Philly that's very similar to the one here. They have ties to the Phillies. One of the Phillies bat boys is 27 and had childhood cancer and came up through this organization, so there's a lot of tie-in there, and they do some really cool things, and it's pretty awesome.
They got a 27-year-old bat boy?
I think so.
Proto gets stuck on the best things. That's awesome, man. What a cool story. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Hold up. Back it
How
up.
long was
back
this
it
kid's
up.
charity list?
Is that his full-time gig, or
That's a Batman.
that was normally like 6-year-olds.
No, I think the ones like
Get him on the show.
we'll find out. We'll see if we can get Liam on.
Not Liam.
Darren Baker did that job.
27-year-old bat. Is he?
Maybe he's a ball boy. I don't know.
Still,
There's more than one. It's not just. This isn't the 40s where it's like, hey, Mister.
Mister.
Let me get that
You forgot your bat.
Pick me out a winner. Pick me out a winner, Roto.
he's probably older than half the Phillies. Radio.
Right. Forget I said anything. Good Lord.
That's a really cool story
It is
a cool
about
story.
a bat boy.
That was just the smallest part.
I got questions.
I reveal the name of the Philadelphia charity. Well, technically, that's in New Jersey. It's Delaware County, and I don't know if you can say.
Is it a 501c3?
I didn't say I have answers. I said I have questions. I just want to know.
Moving on.
First, you got an 8-year-old with the charities that he primarily works with, and then you got the 27-year-old bat. Are you sure you don't have these two people reversed? 27-year-old t-shirt designer, and Nick's son is the bat boy.
I'm positive on that.
I'm not, but all right.
I may have the bat
Brodo,
boy's age wrong.
How was first day of quarterbacks?
It went well. I think tried the new concept with the release day. We got some work to do in the marketing department. I think kind of getting the word out, but we're about, I don't know, a third of the way sold out, which is pretty good for day one.
Great.
Probably gonna go live and Carnival bark some more after the podcast. So hopefully people just get to hear me talk all day long.
That's all I want.
All night to the wee small hours of the morning. But no, I'm pretty proud of how the product turned out. It seems people have been enjoying it thus far.
Yep. I snagged a very nice Daniel Jones. Was that an XRC rookie?
Yeah, you got an XRC 9.5. I mean, that's bigger card than you probably. He should have taken that one first, honestly.
I was happy when he selected the Brady in front of me.
Yeah, I was surprised. I would have thought that would have gone last, but
I kind of jumped in right while that was happening. What was the Brady?
It was like a blue laser.
Blue Magoo something.
2018.
What'd you get? What'd you get, Jim?
Yeah.
I got the Manning Breeze Manning triple relic. Just a neat card that I wouldn't have gotten elsewhere.
There's not many of them out there. That was so triple Pro Bowl used
game used. Yeah.
That's
Just a neat thing that I like having stuff like that in the collection, man. And now with the less and less seeing game worn on stuff, I don't know. I feel like there's just a piece of that I'm hanging on to, you know?
Two Mannings and a Breeze.
I think one of was it Series 2 had game used relics in it for tops?
A lot of the tops ones do. That, of course, is not their new Stitches. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but Stitches. No, look that up. We'll discuss it next week. But
this was a numbered Joey Votto card from Field of Dreams game.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Did it have the
that's
little
really
silver
cool.
sticker on it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I liked how they used to do that, like with Strata and some of the older products of yore. You used to get the little MLB authentication. Tribute does it a lot too, where they'll put the little silver serial number on there, and then you can look it up and see what happened in that clothing piece.
Trying to look up the Stitches.
Yeah, why don't you explain what it is?
So Topps had a big announcement where they were going to they were now making a card that featured relics, not player worn or game used or anything, but relics of the first mass produced jerseys from that particular player, complete with a beautiful Times New Roman font on the card. So you could get a genuine piece of a Dick's Sporting Goods jersey that was mass produced. Says it right there on the card. And this was a big announcement.
Incredible. When was this?
This week.
Wow.
I missed the mark. That's all I gotta say.
They have flabbergasted you a few times this week.
They really have. It's just the stitches is like, okay, you want to put them in stuff like Series 1 or Series 2, okay, do it. But like, it's not something I would announce ever under any circumstances. Like, unless you just
right.
It's like, okay. The part to me that I can't wrap my head around is it literally says on there as though it's like a point of pride, first ever mass produced jersey of the player. Like,
I'm dumbfounded.
I'm very dumbfounded. I thought it was stupid.
I want the lineage on those. I want to know that this was purchased at a Walmart, in 2009. Like, I want to know. I want the authentication on that jersey.
I mean, to me, it really just seems like it's like Fanatics overstock. Like, what should we do with all these jerseys that we don't want? It's like, hey, wait a minute. Don't we own the baseball card company?
They're suckers.
They put cloth in those, right? If we bit by bit, we'll get through this pile.
That's fascinating.
Little by little, piece by piece. And it's not even like cool pieces of it necessarily. I think it's just they're gonna have like napkin pieces of like.
That's the worst, is when it's like literally just like white fabric. Like, give me a pinstripe or a patch or something.
If it's game
it'll ruin
used,
a great card.
If it's game used, you can almost understand it, but like, if it's not, like,
right.
Can you just cut up the letters?
At least use the away jersey that has color, instead of
I mean, but I mean, you could you could do something like Leaf Trinity does, and they just, I mean, I don't even know that at this point that they say that they're even player worn. They're just cool patches and the cards look cool. Like, just make that,
Man,
I like this product.
It's a good product.
I do too. The pricing on stuff like that and like some of the like Immaculate Baseball and stuff for the patches you get.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot. That means more to me than the licensing. You know what I mean? Like, the cool patch can make a card just as cool.
Did we talk about this Leaf Trinity product on the show already?
I don't think we did.
Would you like me to share my hits from this one?
I'd love it. I think I might have a little Leaf Trinity in here.
Show us your hits.
Show me your hits. That'd be a great T-shirt to sell on our Talkin Cards web store.
There you go.
We got a Jason Churio acetate auto to 50.
I like that.
Ooh.
We'll take those. We got a Robbie Snelling to 50 auto. Apparently he's supposed to be pretty good. Don't know a lot about him. We got a Cade Horton auto to 50.
Nice.
This was a sick Taj Bradley, pitcher from the Rays, number 3 of 50 auto patch. But that's like what you were talking about. Like,
that's great, man.
Sick
Absolutely.
patch, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Then I have a Luis Matos 2022 Trinity Steel Signature card and level. But that's a redemption I need to send in.
I like Matos.
Got it.
And then the big hit, the Anthony Volpe, Mattingly, Ricky Henderson 1 of 1.
You're on a Mattingly 1 of 1 streak.
That's right.
I'm sure there's some
unbelievable
Yankee fan somewhere who would love to have that card.
Well, I hope he finds my eBay store. Oh wow,
This is
that's sick.
from 2020 Trinity, a Julio auto that I pulled.
Very nice.
Yeah.
The other
Wonder what he's been up to.
the other thing we opened this weekend, as we get close to wrapping up, man, this kind of flown by, guys.
It has.
So easy to talk to you two about cards when we're talking
Just
cards.
feels comfortable
I got a
together.
lot of research to do about the people I'm dealing with in Philadelphia and get you
This
some
bat boy.
answers. We opened 2 boxes of the Bowman Chrome University, the new football cards. That is a great price point for that product. I know Roto has made it known that he believes that the first Bowman football will eventually, carry a little bit more weight in the way that the baseball does. But we got a Carson Beck auto first Bowman, which is the Georgia quarterback. So
yeah,
got a couple
Nice.
Shadir Sanders inserts.
Sinead Sanders.
Yep. Got a Marvin Harrison Jr. Insert. Some good stuff in there, and it's a great price point. It's a lot of cards for $115 that you can get right now on Tops.com.
2
I like
autos. It's great. I got
No,
a Jalen McMillan out of 499. He's just a receiver from Washington who's having a good year. But I mean, a lot of these guys are always going to have a fan base in that town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
when you got Pete
when
Expednia,
yeah. But when you even if you don't go anywhere as a pro and no one collects those cards, there's always going to be a bunch of people who went to that school when you were playing there who you will always still be that guy for. I love it. I'm a big fan of these as well.
Especially in the towns that don't have a pro team, like the Lexingtons and the Columbuses and the Ann Arbors.
I may have mentioned this, but when David Montgomery left the Bears, I was able to get a ton of his autos really cheap. And then when I do card shows in Iowa, he went to Iowa State, and they don't have pro teams there. So they love their college teams, and they were just eating them up.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The Ian Book phenomenon.
So you can move those in South Bend, you think?
You can move them to me. In South Bend.
You're buying Ian Book?
Always and forever.
I got a bunch of Estime cards in that set, and some Sam Hartman's.
His Superfractor is up for auction. The Estime is. I don't know what to estimate it'll finish at, but I'm watching it.
Wait for the second one.
Yeah. This is just the first. But yeah,
let the first Superfractor set the market.
Back. You just keep coming back. What a great callback.
But yep, now that my I don't know, hopefully not for much. Now that Notre Dame is dead to me, my Notre Dame budget is much smaller.
What do we think about what that did to Caleb Williams stock?
It was the Notre Damiest game I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right?
The most, I said it as they were getting thumped by Louisville. I said, there is no chance that they don't beat the schnookers out of USC. They are absolutely going to crush them for no reason.
Yep.
Reason. As a guy who doesn't normally bet on Notre Dame, I took Notre Dame because you could not be more right. That's what they do every time.
Every time. It was the most predictable, stupid win ever. And people are happy about it. I'm not happy about that. I wanted to watch them lose by 75 to USC, and then I could just say at least not a good football team. Not a good
And it helps Ohio State, right? It makes their win look better. It's such a weird thing that this win does.
Ohio State's trash. Notre Dame's trash. They're all trash. And then Louisville, of course, goes and gets crushed by Pitt, giving Pitt their second win of the year. So transitive property of football, Pitt over USC, like 85-10. If that game ever happened, I mean, what a absolute nightmare it is being a fan of any team I'm a fan of. What an absolute nightmare! Like, just it's not even disappointment. It's just like disgust. I'm just disgusted watching them at this point. I was watching that game. I forgot that the game was even happening, to be honest. And I don't miss Notre Dame games, but I was like, you know what, the season's over. And then someone was like, the Notre Dame score, I can't believe it. And I was like, oh yeah, they're playing USC. And then I turned it on and they're up like 28-6 or whatever. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well, the Louisville game you can chalk up to the Ohio State loss. I mean, it was just.
And it was like 4 in a row, big games that you had been up for. I mean, that was a classic Notre Dame letdown game, the Louisville game. And then this was the classic bounce back that no one wants to see.
The Ohio State game is the first domino. But if they win that game, I mean, let's not go down that rabbit hole. If they win that game, then they lose to USC after beating Louisville.
Yeah, they're never going to win.
We get it.
Well,
all right. So Gilded tomorrow.
Gilded tomorrow. I'm excited. We'll talk about it next week because I don't know what to expect. Hopefully, it's a strong follow up to last year. I mean, last year was rock solid product, absolutely rock solid. I mean, every box was good.
Was that the one that every pack comes with a gold frame?
It was like the good version of Gold Label or like a mini version of Transcendent. It was quality. I'm excited to see it.
Is that also the one that has like parallels that I guess everybody but me can tell what they are?
Well, I mean, they're pretty easy to tell, but it's kind of like almost like a
it's like a 1, 2, or 3 or something.
Like a paisley kind of look. It's like a rose gold kind of etched border. The border is what you got to look at on the Gilded.
I think that I'm thinking of Gilded. Maybe I'm thinking of Gold.
I think you are. Gold Label had the 1, 2, and 3 like levels for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
This kind of has more. Yeah, this is the nicer version and has like the nicer parallels with it. I love this as a like picking off singles. You know what I mean? There's some really cool looking cards of your favorite players. Sure. It's a higher price point this year. Right? But it's 5 cards, 2 autos. I mean, it's big.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. So last year it came in an 18-box case. It was gigantic. This year they chopped it down to a 6-box case. So I'm interested to see how the cases are. I hope that it is a strong return because they did a great job with it last year. Credit where it's due. So hopefully it they follow up strong. We'll see. I'm excited to watch some tomorrow. I don't have any, so we'll see how it goes.
All right. And Roto's going to be on Loop right when we get done here. If you're watching live, hop over to Loop and get a quarterbacks box. They are a lot of fun, and there's a lot of good stuff left out there.
Man,
we appreciate Roto Breaks sponsoring the podcast, and be sure to give him a follow on all the socials and join our fun Facebook group, the Shack of Bowman. Jimmy, what do you got coming up until next time?
Yeah, I'll be at Zany's Rosemont this weekend, so come check that out. It'll be a lot of fun with one Jordan Rock, one of the members of the Chris Rock family. So it should be a good time. Where are you?
I just booked 4 shows at Helium Comedy Club in Indianapolis this weekend. So I'll be headlining there Friday and Saturday, October 20th and 21st. Come on out to Helium. It's my first time working that club. I'm very excited to be in that chain finally.
Yeah.
Congrats. Wow. I saw that on their site today. I forgot I did see that. And then next week you got a fun one coming up too, don't you?
Do I?
Or no, I'm sorry, that's next month. When do you have the Funny Bone coming up in
That's the night
Cincy?
Before Thanksgiving. So
my apologies.
I'm
here
in Cincinnati. Yeah. That will be Wednesday, the 23rd or something like that. Whatever the night before Thanksgiving is, that Wednesday. Come get your tickets and go to that one. That'll be a good time. But
A month from now.
yeah. All right,
And I'll
boys.
be in case anyone cares what I'm doing. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
but I'll be in Las Vegas this upcoming weekend.
What are you doing there, bud?
Is he freezing? Did he just tell us
my
information he couldn't
gosh.
tell us?
Oh boy.
He's gone. The Bat Boy got to him.
The
What do you
Area
think he's doing in Las
51
Vegas?
exit.
We can make up what he's doing out there.
He just got a bag pulled over his head and taken into the basement of a large casino.
He owes a little bit of money.
They found out that he had some MIT students with him.
Playing a little blackjack.
Yeah. I don't know if he's coming back or not.
That's all right. We could say goodbye on his behalf,
Yeah.
right? But he'll be in Vegas at some point. If you see him, don't acknowledge him.
Follow his socials. You'll figure out where he is. And I'm sure he'll probably tell us on loop right now if we go check it out.
There's our guy.
Is he back?
What are you doing in Vegas, Roto? We lost it.
Hold on. He might have a different. Hold on one sec. Don't tell us yet.
Yeah, he came on through his phone.
Yeah.
I was not adequately charged.
Oh
Oops.
boy.
What'll happen? You've been busy today.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe
Utilizing
to get
that
you
computer.
a plug.
I have a plug. It's just downstairs. But yeah, I'll be in Vegas this weekend for the Front Row Card Show at the Rio. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, so I'll have hopefully a little show review about that for next week.
Yeah,
show.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing that one a couple times a year. So hopefully that'll be helpful, and hopefully we can find some cool stuff to show you again.
Well, there you have it. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button here on our YouTube channel and give us a follow on all the socials. We're at Talkin, no G, at Talkin Cards Pod on all the socials. So give us a follow there. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Always a pleasure to spend some time with you fellas. On behalf of Roto Breaks and Jim Flanagan, I am Josh Sneed saying thank you for watching Talking Cards. We will see you next time. Good night.
Good night.